Hiya folks, I'm Grim, and welcome to Grim Grooves, a channel where I react to and review music of all kinds. Today we'll be checking out Between Two Worlds from Mili, which you guys have asked for many times, and I'm sure it'll be absolutely stunning. I still listen to In Hell We Live Lament a bunch because it's probably my favorite song from Mili at this point, and I can't wait to check this out because it's probably going to be amazing, and I can't wait. So if you got anything else you'd like me to check out, throw it down in the comments. And while you're down there, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. It shows that you're enjoying what I'm making. It helps the algorithm and helps me and helps the channel, all that type of stuff. So I'm very grateful for everyone who supports me in that way. And I'm also grateful for people who support me over on Patreon. I've got one Mili song over on Patreon so far, and I might do others. I'm not sure yet because they're all copyright, but whatever. So without further ado, let's check out Between Two Worlds from Mili, from Limbus Company. Right off the jump, my first impression, as I'm sure most of you had when you first heard this song, is like, it feels like a Christmas song. Like, it definitely gives me that vibe, and this background is like if like Tim Burton or something like that made a Christmas card or something. Like, it's really surreal and creepy, but also fantastic. Like, Mili's voice fits really well here, and I'm curious how it's going to shift up as we continue on, but sounds phenomenal. Like, this kind of airy vocals from the background is really interesting. Love that, like the way that the harmony is flowing here, and like just the synth in the background, like just flowing through this whole thing. Like, it's not too complex here yet. It may shift up as we go on, but just absolutely beautiful vocals from Mili, and then again the synth melody going on in the background for the most part. And again, it just still feels very ethereal, very like again, like Christmas music in a way. Like certain songs, I'm not sure, like I can't name a specific one, but it just gives me that vibe. Like, just very like peaceful, very wholesome, very like, I don't know, cheery in a way, but at the same time somewhat unsettling still, both because of the background we see here as well as just like the lyrics and things like that. And just, I don't know, it's very eerie despite being a song that seems very cheery. Eerie but cheery. Anyways, let's keep going. Okay, I get now, because the first part said Realm of Darkness. I didn't know that the subtitle meant that that was kind of the theme of the song or whatever, and now we're in the Realm of Darkness. So it makes sense. Like, again, the first part definitely did seem like very ethereal, very airy, like angelic singing almost, and now we're going to the Realm of Darkness, which will probably be a lot more darker, a lot more brooding, melancholic, like just darker in general. I guess we'll see. But that piano melody it's starting with is absolutely phenomenal already. In Between Two Worlds, it fits. This is so cool. Like, so many things to talk about. Like, first of all, it's like the way that they have multiple like vocals going on, like both Mili, I believe, but you can hear like a little bit in the background as well in the foreground. So it's like the two different like echoed layers of Mili's vocals, which sound phenomenal. And the way that section there, the tempo just kept increasing was so cool. And again, the piano melody just keep going like a little more intense, and the vocals get a little faster as well. Like, it's a really interesting style. And again, if this is like the other world is like heaven and this is like hell, it definitely gives that kind of like dissonance and like eerie, like unsettling feelings, like that fits for this. Like, again, very eerie and very, very cool though. It sounds fantastic. And again, Mili's vocals absolutely stunning here, and having that again kind of repeated echoed verses and stuff like that just sounds so good too. Like, it's an interesting layer, and the way that they've done this, it definitely gives the feeling of like something's wrong here, and this is really cool. It's getting very not confusing, but like very intense. Like, there's so many layered vocals now, and there's like, I don't know if it's Mili's voice being shifted, like pitch shifted, so it sounds more like masculine, but it definitely sounds like there was a male voice there underneath Mili's, like it's like the devil or something like that. Like, I don't know, it's really cool. And this is, again, it's like the madness that's associated with hell or the dark world, whatever it is. Like, really interesting, and they're definitely leaning into it again with things like Let's Lament, like leaning back into the In Hell We Live lament and stuff like that. And yeah, very interesting, very unique. Like, as always with Mili, it's always so experimental and interesting and unique, and it seems to fit really well, especially with these like kind of hellscape sounds you kind of hear. Like, it fits really well for that kind of setting. This is excellent. Ooh, that was so cool. Like, the way that at the end there, it was like you would go back and forth. Like, they would Mili would say something in English, it seemed like, and then it would respond back in Latin. Like, again, a conversation between two demons or something. I don't know, like, or like a human trying to like understand the world that they're in, or what the situation they're in, and it's being repeated back in like an almost alternate form. Like, it's so interesting, and the storytelling in this was really cool. Like, again, the story, it's like the story of an angel and a demon, or like a person that's gone to heaven versus a person that's gone to hell, and like, it's so cool. Like, I wasn't sure how this would mix up to begin with, because again, it just seemed like a Christmas song almost, sung by Mili, which isn't a bad thing. Like, her voice is amazing, and the kind of reverb and modifications on the vocals always sound really interesting, and the piano melodies and stuff like that were really cool. But in this one, like, the second half, I'd say is my favorite part of this song, just because of how interesting and unique it was, and like the strings coming in near the little later half and stuff like that was sounding so good too. And then the piano, of course, was absolutely stunning. But the main star, of course, is the vocals. Like, Mili's vocals here were just absolutely stunning, and the way that they were layered in different ways and, like, again, modified. I believe, like, I wouldn't be surprised if this whole song was just sung by Mili, and they just kind of modified the vocals in different ways, or shifted the pitch up and things like that to make it different. But yeah, the way that the tempo shifted throughout the song was crazy too. Like, so varied and so interesting and dynamic. It kept things flowing really interesting, and yeah, that was absolutely stunning. I'm, again, not surprised at all why you guys suggested it, because that was crazy. Like, again, wasn't sure when I first started it, and I was like, what is this? Is this a Christmas song? Like, it doesn't seem like it fits Limbus Company at all, but then, yeah, as you keep going, it makes a lot of sense why they did it this way, and it works so well. Like, the different dichotomies of good versus evil in one song and stuff, like, that was excellent. But anyways, thanks for hanging out, watching my reaction. If you liked it, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and until next time, later days, folks.
Walls across rocky shore.